Good morning, my YouTube friends and family. Tim with Outdoors4adventure. Quick little video about the solar system setup that I've been working on. I have received my DC plugs, my USB port plugs, and my breaker box, which in my other video I gave you a little quick view of the breaker box. It worked out great. I've got everything wired up out there, and I'm fixing to take you out there and just give you a quick little look at everything. But it's gonna work great. I'll talk to you more about that as we get out there, along with a couple other things that I have coming. So let's go out there and let me show you what all I've done. Okay guys, I've been messing with my solar setup a little bit more, and my switches came in. Now what I ordered on my switches was this one here, which is a dual USB port, and then this down here was a dual 12 volt cigarette plug. I've got the fridge plugged into that right now, and of course I'd already had this old plug, and the reason I'm using this one for the refrigerator is the wiring on it's a lot heavier than what the factory wiring on this plug here was. So I'm going to run the refrigerator off of this for sure. I have some lights coming that I'm going to put on the side of my truck bed rack that will probably plug into here. This has a blue LED light that lights up when it's on. So I didn't want it running all the time, so I had to put a switch, a toggle switch on it, so I can turn it on and off. That way that's not running on the battery when I'm not using it. Now, after I ordered this and that, I think it saved average $11 a piece, 20 some dollars. I did find a actual board that already had this, and it had one cigarette lighter plug, and it had a voltage meter and an on-off switch already wired up for like 20 bucks. It looked really neat, so I went ahead and ordered that. So it's coming. I'm going to use this on this box for this setup, and when I redo my setup, all of this I plan on being gone. I'm going to have a drawer system, I'm going to have a built-in kitchen, I'm going to have the fridge on slides, and I will use that new panel box on that setup. So it'll look nice and neat. But for now, and for quite a while, this is what we're going to be using. Now the breaker box, I mounted inside the box, and it's right there, and it worked great. Everything's fused. I know where everything's going, and I still have 3 sides that have nothing, or these 3 over here have nothing on them yet. I do have these 3 sides used, and that is the refrigerator, my USB ports, and my auxiliary plugs. But it turned out real nice. I haven't spent a lot of effort on my wiring, making it too neat, but it is all out of the way, and it's fine like that. It ain't pretty, but it works. I know where everything's at, and that's what matters. Eventually, right now I'm just running off of a single battery, and I've got another battery over here that's kind of like a emergency type thing in case I need it. But that will come out, and there will be another one of these batteries set over here, and I will eventually have a dual battery system wired in parallel. So that's pretty much that on this part of it. And what I was waiting on to hook them up were these dual plugs. And as I said, the ground off of each panel plugs into one plug, and then it runs to the single ground wire going to the box. The same with the positive, 2 positive wires, one off each panel, running to the adapter plug, and then the single wire going to the control panel. It's cloudy, but I will be getting some sun today, and I'll be doing a little bit better test as far as how much juice I'm going to be pulling, running this refrigerator, and it's running full force right now because it's been unplugged. But I did make it on one panel all weekend camping with no problems whatsoever. So I feel confident that with the dual panels, this is going to be fine. Now, the lights I have are little LED lights. They're not supposed to be real bright. And I'm going to mount them on each side of my truck bed, maybe up in here. And they will come on and off with the remote control. So if we're up in the tent at night and we need to come down for some reason during the night, we can use the remote control to turn these lights on, and they should give us enough lights to maneuver around the truck without stumbling on stuff. They also can adjust color, and if you have a radio going, you can make them to where they can dance to the music. So those will be here soon, and I'll get those hooked up. And like I said, those will plug in here. They're wired to a cigarette plug that will plug in there, but they have an on-off switch also on that plug, so you can push the button and turn them on and off. And like I said, you can also use a remote control to do that. So that's something that's coming soon, and maybe I won't need those lights that's up in there that much. Those are really bright. They also plug in a cigarette lighter. I can plug them into this lighter right here if need be. Of course, our charging for our phones and stuff can be done right here, and anything that's run off a USB port can be done right here. So that's where we're at on this so far. And of course, I've already got my light here that works. It's inline fuse wired directly to the battery. So pretty much I think we're set. You know, we've got everything we need, and this is convenient right here at my tailgate. Back of the truck, I can get it without even letting the tailgate down. Now, I did build this box. Now, this is just temporary. It don't look that good, but I used what I had and more or less experimenting how I'm gonna mount this freezer in there. Now, this mounts to my truck bed rail. I've got a bolt on the front side, and I don't know that I can get back there. Let me see. I've got a bolt going through behind. I've got stuff here. I ain't gonna get that out, but there's a bolt going through the back side, just like on this front side into the rail. And then I've got these, you have to excuse this, I've been cutting that black box. I got some cleanup to do, but anyway, I've got these straps on the handles of the freezer going down to this bolt that is in this wood, and the straps holding that down. And I've got the exact same setup on the other side over there, but I've also got a chain and a lock going through that handle and the loop on the truck. So it's going to be kind of hard to get it out of there. It's hard to access that strap because you have to put this in first. If you notice, this box fits against this ledge here, and it also, the other end is cut around the well, so it fits tight on this end. It's also pretty close to this box here, so on top of being fastened down, it fits in there really tight. But you put this in first, and then you put the box in, and you have to strap it down. And like I said, it's kind of hard to get to that one, but I did get it done. And then I can take another strap and go from here over the top to here if I want a little extra to keep it from coming up. You know, because these are just plastic for now. I'm not sure what the weight is on that. I don't think I'll be doing serious off-roading to where that's not going to be enough, but I can put a strap over the top and it'll have a little extra holding down power. I just got these set up there because I was just messing around with some stuff. I have some cleanup to do, but I wanted to go ahead and show y'all, you know, this stuff here is what I was waiting to come in, and the fuse box that's in there, and then the plugs that's down here. But everything's going good. Now since these are wired in parallel, I didn't up the voltage of the panels, but I upped the amperage. So we're still 12 volts. But let's see, let's move this panel up to where I can read this tag. Okay, it says optimum operating current is 5.58. Anywhere, yeah, 5.58. So what I did is we're still going to be 18 volts, even though I'm running 2 panels, but I increased this, so it's going to be 11, you know, 5.58 plus 5.58. I upped the amperages to, you know, 11 amps instead of the 5 amps, a little over 11 amps. And now if I would have wired this in series, I would have been running twice the volts, but the same amps. So that's it, guys. For now, that's where I'm at. I'm looking forward to those lights coming in. I think that's going to be pretty cool if they work. Give you an idea where they're worth the money that I spent on them. And also, I did get tracking for an item that's coming that a company wanted me to do a review over. So that will be coming along. And once I get those and share what they are and my opinion about them, of course we'll be using them in the future on camping trips. But I'm supposed to have a code that y'all could get 10% off, and I'm also supposed to be able to do a giveaway for one set to a lucky viewer. So we'll just have to wait and see how that develops, but I do know that the item is on its way to me, so we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to seeing how well this item works. And if it works well, it will be a good addition to any camping trip or overlanding trip or even emergency situation. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up before too long, possibly next week. Also, my light should be here next week, and I should be getting my inReach pretty quick too. So a lot's coming up. And we won't be camping this weekend. We have rain moving in, but maybe next weekend we can get out there. So thank y'all for watching Outdoors for Adventure. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go down there and hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. And come back and check out our other videos. And we will catch you later. Y'all get outside.